Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, these videos right here, they get me every time, bro. These, like that first one we did with the, who was it? The one, you know what I'm talking about. I can't even think. The first one was the...
I remember what it was. I just can't remember the title. Like, I remember, like...
Bro.
Was it the one with the friend with the college?
No.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Oh, what was the first one? My bad.
The first, hold on. I'm trying to look it up real quick. Because it's from Good Enough. And
it was
the worst punishment in human history.
My
those.
I was getting this one mixed up with the other.
This from Good Enough.
Yeah. I remember.
But
those, that one had me messed up.
Oh my.
That one had me
gosh,
messed up.
bro.
Yeah, that was a lie.
So this time we got the most painful Venoms in the world.
This one shouldn't be as bad as that one.
Nah,
that one was bad.
This still gonna be.
That one. What's going on? I don't know.
So with that being said, man, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want the first part. All you have to do is check out the links. Go over there to the other channels. Go run us up. But also, if you enjoy today's visuals,
knock it with a thumbs up.
So we know we need to bring some more back. But you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get into it. Let's get creeped out. Let's go.
Let's start with the painful and slowly work our way towards the most agonizing venoms on the list. Number 10, Gila monster. The Gila monster is the only venomous lizard in the United States, weighing in around 4 pounds, also making it the largest. These shy but dangerous animals live in the southwestern deserts of the US and northern Mexico. Now, don't let the name or its appearance fool you. Even though it looks intimidating, I can assure you, it's just like everyone else in your life. They don't want anything to do with you. The lizards are actually very relatable, spending 90% of their lives relaxing inside of their homes and only coming out to eat. The real danger comes when humans try and show off by attempting to pick up the lizard. Now, you would think that the black and yellow markings across its entire body would be enough of a warning, yet every year there are multiple people who are bitten by this slow and sluggish creature. And since the lizard doesn't like to be touched by anyone other than his girl, it'll quickly let you know that you are not that guy, latching on to whatever body part it can get a hold of. But just to make sure you get the point, the lizard will stay latched on for as long as it possibly can, with some reported bites lasting several minutes. A common way to get the animal to unlatch is to submerge its entire body in water.
Because we in the desert.
Or by simply placing a piece of black licorice inside of its mouth, causing it to gag with pure disgust. And since the Gila monster produces venom from its saliva glands, a bite from the lizard guarantees envenomation. Shortly after the bite, the venom will begin to work its way into your body. And since there is no anti-venom available, you are in for a wild and exciting ride, which typically begins with excruciating pain and swelling around the bite area. Soon, your vision begins to blur, followed by stomach and body aches, shortness of breath, nausea, and vomiting. The pain will last from a few hours to a few days. Now, the good news is that a bite from a Gila monster is not typically fatal, but at its peak, you're definitely going to wish it was. Number 9.
See, that ain't bad, because I was thinking it was deadly.
You just gonna go through, you're gonna feel like you dying, but you're not gonna,
See, that's the good thing. If I don't, it can go through, last for some hours or days, but I ain't gonna die.
Okay, I'm about to suffer through. Because that was my bad. My bad for
I don't even know if I want to suffer, though.
I mean, it's either that, I'd rather suffer through and then...
To the point where you gonna wish you dead?
I mean, hey, as long as I live to see another day.
True. I guess.
A bark scorpion. The Arizona bark scorpion carries the most painful and potent venom out of all the scorpions in North America. It inhabits the southwestern deserts of the US and northern Mexico, and a sting from one of these small creatures will leave you in agonizing pain for 24 to 72 hours. The localized pain has been described as continuous electric jolts, or the feeling of continuously being burned. The scorpion only grows to about 3 inches, making it a master of hide and seek, with people typically finding them when they go to put on their shoes, reach for a set of clothes, and of course, when they go to take a shower. Now, a technique that is commonly used when looking for scorpions is the classic black light trick. When an ultraviolet light is shined in the direction of the animal, it will actually begin to glow, making it very easy to spot. Just make sure not to do this one around company. Scientists still aren't quite sure why this happens, but they believe that something in the scorpion's exoskeleton causes them to glow. If you are unlucky enough to be stung by one of these creatures, you can rest easy knowing that you're probably not going to die, but it's sure going to feel like you are. Since 1968, there have only been 2 reported deaths from the scorpion, but if I was stung, I would definitely not risk it, and would much rather go into 10 years of debt by seeking medical attention. Number 8. Executioner wasp. A few experts have made it their personal goal to take on dozens of stings from around the world in an attempt to see which one is the most painful. Some of these experts have concluded that the executioner wasp holds the title, but after conducting my own research...
I forgot to reiterate on the scorpion. I've never... Oh, did you hear about the dude who's suing for the scorpion was on his pillow or something?
Oh, in his hotel?
Yeah. I said he finna come up. South Carolina man out of...
It was in his bed or something?
Yeah, but he was out way in Vegas.
Something, yeah.
And he was like, I said, yeah, he finna come up, man. I need a lawsuit. I just need a random ass lawsuit to come up on something. We all trying to come up in the world. Y'all be hitting some shit. Damn, what is a good lawsuit? Cause it be things folks be like, yeah, I'm suing Little Caesars because I bought a hot and ready pizza, but it wasn't hot and ready.
It was
false advertisement because it wasn't hot.
See, you done got somebody idea.
Go buy 10.
You better give me some of that money.
I bought 10 hot and ready pizzas, one on was cold. False advertisement.
I'm done.
Concluded that the executioner wasp holds the title, but after conducting my own research from the comfort of my own home, I have to disagree. Yes, to some, the venomous sting is excruciatingly painful, with the pain lasting around a week. But for others, the pain is short-lived, lasting only around 20 minutes. Either way, it's extremely painful, and it's definitely not a sting you would ever want to take. The wasp is commonly found in Central and South America. This 1-inch wasp is not known for being aggressive, just as long as you respect its personal space and let it be. Unless, of course, you're looking to rack up millions of views, then by all means, whip out the camera and take the sting.
No, thank you.
Number 7, bullet ant.
Have you ever been stung by a wasp? You said no, right? Before.
No, I've been stung by a bee. I've never been stung by a wasp.
Bro, wasps are a little different, bro. I've been stung by a bee.
What type of bee you been stung by?
I've been stung by a bee before. Growing up, we grew up in a fucking country, bro. You know we gonna be outdoors. So like, bees and wasps.
Like the wasps, they're a little bit like, hey, I'm gonna mind my business.
Hell no. I got stung in the head. Every time I got stung was in the head.
Oh, was it the bee?
I got stung in the
more. So
I feel like wasps will attack you faster than a bee, though.
Well, I don't know. I walked past many wasps. I mind my business. They mind their business.
Now the big fat bees. No, the big fat bees, they don't bother you. It's them little skinny motherfuckers.
That's what I got stung.
That's what I got stung by.
That's the big one.
Hey, bro, them big bumblebees don't be stinging.
Well, I can't remember. I was young. I really don't.
She probably never got stung.
No, I did get. Yeah, I got stung before. Like it.
No, wasps hurt though.
I got stung.
Wasps
like
hurts.
I remember, like it was yesterday. I remember where I was at.
Cause you know, getting your ear pierced, they be like, it's like getting a bee sting. I'm like, yeah, it didn't hurt for real. It's just a little.
What, the wasp?
The wasp, no, a
Oh,
bee
the
sting.
bee.
Bee sting
I was
just
just about to say, I was like, the bee
ooh.
sting
And you
did.
just like,
It hurt, but it didn't hurt.
You feel it.
Yeah.
It's just you feel
it's
it.
It's like a little needle poke.
But no, the wasp joint hurts. Every time I fucking get stung, I'm like, ah.
You don't got stung. You got
like 3 times by wasps. I don't fuck with wasps.
Obviously, they don't fuck with you either.
They don't. They don't. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about from the apartments.
Oh.
When they got in the hood of my car.
You got stung then?
I ain't get stung then, but that was a battle. Remember, it was that was a whole family.
That was a lot.
A whole family here got in the hood. I said, what the? They thought they was gonna jump my ass. Killed all them bitches. Spread and pop it. I was spraying their head down, bro. I'm a wasp killer out here, man.
That's sad.
F them wasps.
Number 7, bullet ant. Known around the world as the most painful insect sting. Some people even know it as a 24-hour ant, since the horrendous pain can last an entire day. Some even going so far as to say that the pain is equivalent to being shot by a bullet, hence its name. The bullet ant can be found in the rainforests of Central and South America. Even though they're not aggressive, they will sting if provoked. Like when they are plucked out of their natural environment, drugged, weaved tightly into a glove, and then placed onto a stranger's hand. Which is exactly what is done by the Satare Mawe people of Brazil. This initiation practice lasts an agonizing 5 to 10 minutes, which is enough time to be stung hundreds, if not thousands of times, causing excruciating pain that lasts several days. And it's not uncommon for the boy's arms to become temporarily paralyzed due to the potency of the ant's venom. All this just to welcome the boys into puberty. Here in the US, we have a similar tradition, but instead, it's done on teenage girls. Sweet 16s, where the excruciating pain comes from not receiving the card that you asked for. Number 6, Sydney funnel-web spider. The Sydney funnel-web spider is not only the most terrifying spider on Earth, it is also the most venomous, growing up to 2 inches in size and equipped with fangs that can reach around half an inch long. The spider can be found in eastern Australia, where it builds funnel-like burrows from its web, hence its name. And
that's why I don't fuck with Australia. Would never would.
Oh, you said that, yeah.
Australia, y'all got some shit going on over there. Till y'all control y'all habitat.
Like,
I'm cool off of them. Australia, y'all already got kangaroos in the outbacks. I can't deal with all the insects and bugs. The frogs just hopping out, hanging around the toilets. You be pissing one day and a motherfucker.
It's everything, yeah.
And then you got warts all around you.
The spider prefers moist, underground shelters. People usually encounter them in their gardens. You go to reach for some vegetables, only to be turned into one yourself.
Oh.
A bite from this spider is initially very painful due to the spider's long fangs. And once they are sunk into your flesh, it's not uncommon for the spider to stay latched on, requiring the person to shake or pull the spider off. Now, as traumatizing as that may be, the real horror begins around the 15-minute mark, when you begin to feel the effects of its potent venom, starting with needle-like pokes around the bite area, face, and mouth. Soon, your mouth and face begin to go numb, followed by intense nausea, profuse sweating, excessive saliva production, and uncontrollable muscle spasms. And if left untreated, you can eventually become unconscious, or even worse, heart failure. Now, there is good news. Life-saving anti-venom is available, but the quantity amounts are limited. That is the exact reason why the Australian Reptile Park is asking the residents of Sydney for help, requesting that if you come across a spider in your home, try your best to capture it and bring it into their facility, where it can be milked for its venom. Now, a second option is to just simply walk out of your house and set it on fire, starting a new life in Antarctica where spiders don't exist. But of course, this comes with the danger of accidentally falling off the edge of the earth. Number 5, the coned snail. There are hundreds of species of coned snails in the world, all which are venomous. The potency of the venom varies from snail to snail, with some delivering a venom less painful than a bee sting, and others are so painful and potent that it can leave you dead within a few hours. And out of all the known cone snails, Conus geographus is the deadliest and most painful of them all. They can be found on the reefs of the Philippines. It has even earned the nickname the cigarette snail, implying that after receiving a sting, you would only have enough time to smoke one cigarette before dropping dead. People who are typically stung are those who are out collecting seashells, which is honestly pretty embarrassing, since people will ask you why you were even collecting seashells in the first place.
Just peep this. You make it to the afterlife. Oh, what happened to you to get you here? Them damn snails. Look, a snail? Yeah, you never heard of goddamn snails?
A snail, child.
I guess you quick and fast.
Oh my God.
You ever heard of salt? Get rid of them.
Oh, does that work with like those?
Shit, I ain't gonna never find out. Test it out.
True.
I might. Well, I could throw it at a distance. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. You can throw salt at a distance. A snail ain't gonna run up on you.
Well, you don't even have to. You could just go put it on it. Just go put it on it.
True.
It's not gonna be a big deal.
True that.
And when you say, so I can put them to my ear and hear the ocean, they're going to think you're insane since you were already there. But if you were ever so unlucky to be stung by a deadly cone snail, you would immediately feel the intense pain. And within a few minutes, the sting area would slowly go numb, followed by paralysis. Now, the terrifying part is that the snail's venom is so potent that paralysis can even extend into your respiratory muscles, making it increasingly painful and difficult to even take a breath. And eventually, it can lead to a coma. Thankfully, there hasn't been any reported deaths in recent years.
Okay.
And even though there's no anti-venom available, medical assistance is all but necessary, as you will be feeling the intense pain of this venom for days to come. Just remember, if it's a cone, leave it alone. Number 4, stonefish. The deadly stonefish can be found throughout the Pacific and Indian Ocean and has to be the most frustrating and annoying animal of all time. Not only is it the most venomous fish in the world, it is also practically invisible. I mean, take a look at this picture. Do you see it? I bet you didn't. You would have been dead.
Girl, you ain't
And
see
of
this.
course, the stonefish inhabits the only interesting part of the ocean, coral reefs. Here, they lay completely still on the rocks, blending into their environment, patiently waiting for their next meal to swim along. The issue arises when humans swim too close to the fish and end up stepping on it. And since the fish has around 13 razor-sharp venomous spines down its entire back, you are in for a world of pain. The spines grow to over an inch in length, and they all excrete a generous amount of venom deep into.
That's why I'm glad I'm black and I don't got no infatuation with the ocean. One, black can't swim.
Huh?
Two, black on like water. Besides take a bath.
Taking a shower.
And to drink.
And to drink.
Black people, we ain't got no infatuation with the ocean. Now, some
people.
Some swim for
A lot of
recreational.
people.
They got a pool.
A lot of people.
But we ain't infatuated with, you know what I'm saying, going into the ocean.
The ocean.
Too many of our people died in the ocean. So we ain't got no infatuation with it.
Nothing.
They came here on a boat.
Yeah,
they got
I know. I
thrown
said they caught me off guard. That's all. That's all.
See, that's why we don't swim.
Wound, and if left untreated, the pain will only increase, with the unbearable pain slowly traveling up the limb. The venom can eventually lead to shock, paralysis, and heart failure. Even though fatalities are rare, medical attention should be called as soon as possible to prevent any long-term damage. But now that you know just how dangerous the stonefish is, you're probably thinking, well, I guess I'll just avoid the coral reefs then. Nice try. The fish is one step ahead of you, since it also loves to bury itself under the ocean sand, just in case you were thinking about getting in the water. So you're probably telling yourself, you know what, I'll just stay out of the ocean completely and enjoy the beach. Wrong. The fish can also survive out of the water and underneath the sand, which is commonly seen when the tide recedes. So do yourself a favor and just
Stay
forget
your
about the
ass off
beach
the beach.
entirely. Number 3, inland taipan snake. The inland taipan snake of Central Australia is the most venomous snake in the world. Even though the snake doesn't look as intimidating as a cobra, rattlesnake, or a black mamba, I can assure you this is the last snake you would ever want to come across. The snake typically hunts small rodents, but it produces enough venom in a single bite to kill 500,000 of them, or around 100 fully grown men, making it around 70 times more deadly than a king cobra. And without medical attention, a bite from this snake is nothing short of a death sentence. Now, one of the most terrifying things about this snake is the fact that it typically strikes multiple times, with rodents getting a little bit extra, typically receiving around 8 bites. Now, the good news is that the snake is rather shy and tries its best to avoid humans. Yet, if there's one thing people hate, is being told no. So people still find a way to get bitten. This usually happens when people try and pick up the animal in the wild, or when they keep it as a pet. No.
Now who you know like bothering motherfuckers outside their habitats?
You said what?
I said, now who you know that loves playing in the wilderness in them folks' habitat? Let them folks live.
Maybe as a pet though.
No, he just said snakes is. Now all the people let me say this. They said having a snake as a pet, but I'm saying, peep this. Typically, have you ever known somebody have a snake as a pet? Mm-hmm. Majority of the time, what are they? Now you get the one-offs, but majority of the time. Majority of the time, I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. It be white people. I'm
trying to think.
Even when you see them out in the wilderness, unless they in Africa, okay, that's because they African. But other than that, it be white people though, and they be infatuated with nature. Now, if that's your hobby and stuff, I get it. Everybody got their infatuation with something, but learn to let them people live. Not people, but let them beings live in their own space. Australia, y'all got too much going on. That's why I never visited the area at all. Just the last 3 come from the Australia area. No.
I'm not kidding. Keeping a deadly snake as a pet is not the flex you think it is. And all you are doing is guaranteeing that you will never have any visitors. Now, the good news is when you finally get tired of being alone, you can always release the animal at the nearby county park.
Look at this shit.
Completely devastating the ecosystem, which is a classic move we have seen play out thousands of times. A bite from the inland taipan has to be one of the most traumatic experiences a person can go through. The bite itself is excruciatingly painful, but after a few minutes, the localized pain will become the least of your worries. You see, the snake's venom quickly begins to produce thousands of blood clots inside of your body, except for the bite area, causing you to slowly lose blood, and if left untreated, it can become fatal. But before you get to that point, you will be dealing with the pain of failing organs.
Damn.
And paralysis that affects the entire body, including the lungs and heart. But luckily, there's life-saving anti-venom available. But even with medical attention, you will be dealing with the painful aftermath of this bite for weeks to come, or possibly even a lifetime. Number 2, box jellyfish. You were probably expecting to see this one at number 1, weren't you? The box jellyfish is notorious for having one of, if not the most painful venomous stings in the world. But out of all the box jellyfish, the Chironix fleckeri, or better known as the Australian box jellyfish, delivers the most painful and deadliest sting of them all. With enough venom to kill 60 people, it would only make sense that they are also completely invisible. The jellyfish's 15 tentacles can grow to over 10 feet in length and are equipped with millions of cnidocytes, which are basically microscopic harpoon-like stingers that they use to inject venom. A sting from this jellyfish can be fatal in as short as 2 to 5 minutes, since the potent and rapid-acting venom attacks the person's central nervous system, causing cardiac arrest, respiratory failure, and paralysis. But if you were lucky enough to survive a sting, you are soon going to wish you hadn't. The pain is instant and extremely agonizing.
Hey, after seeing old girl, remember that time I showed you? I said, yo, I was like, all right, you get the concept, jellyfish sting, you know what I'm saying? It could be deadly. But her shit, after I saw that, she was in the hospital, I said, damn, that looked painful.
It did look painful.
Oh, shit, that's terrorizing, bro.
Described as being branded with the red hot iron whip. The pain is so intense that some people even pass out from the pain alone. This is also not a pain that eases up either and will continue for days, lasting for up to a week. A person who was stung ranked the pain on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being extreme pain, giving it a score of 100. Which obviously has to be dismissed since that number wasn't even an option. Even with medical assistance and anti-venom, the road to recovery will be a long and painful one. Some of the jellyfish's victims will even be left with scars, leaving them with a lasting reminder of the hell that they once went through. Number 1, the platypus. Now this is nothing short of a tragedy. The cutest animal on the list also delivers the most painful venomous sting in the world. The platypus can be found in the rivers of eastern Australia. These adorable little creatures spend their days constructing or fixing up their burrows, hunting for food, and of course, grooming themselves. Since looking this cute is not by accident. Even though you might be inclined to give this little Pokemon a belly rub, I must highly advise against it, since the platypus is equipped with a razor-sharp venomous spur that is located on their back legs. The venom is non-lethal to humans, but again, if stung, you're going to wish it was. Now, thankfully, the animal is not known for being aggressive towards humans, and most stings occur when a person attempts to pick the animal up, and a swift kick will lodge its venomous spur into your flesh, requiring you to physically yank the stinger out of your wound. Which is not as easy as it sounds, since the pain of the venom is instantaneous and devastating. And as you wait for medical assistance to arrive, you will be suffering with the extreme pain. Once you reach the hospital and expecting some relief, you will be shocked to find out that there is no anti-venom available. But the news only gets worse from here. There is also no painkiller that is known to be effective. Not even morphine is strong enough to stop the agonizing pain. You have no choice but to remain in pure hell for days. And in most cases, the limb that was struck will remain unusable for months, with a high possibility of developing excruciating hyperalgesia, which causes the limb to become hypersensitive to pain.
That's fucking crazy. Why you rubbing yourself?
Because when he said that, this arm started throbbing a little bit. I felt like, it was telling me something.
Felt like you done got stung and been through some shit already, huh?
Just stay away.
Not quite. Hyperalgesia, which causes the limb to become hypersensitive to pain. Not quite convinced that this little guy should be number 1? Well, let me tell you. In 1991, a man named Keith Payne, who was a former Australian Army soldier, attempted to rescue the stranded animal, only to be struck in the hand. He would describe the pain of the venom as being worse than when he was struck by shrapnel. A month later, Keith was still experiencing pain in that hand, and in 2006, 15 years after the sting, he still had pain and discomfort in that same hand. So as tempting as it might be to pet a platypus, just remember, your hand and life might never be the same after touching it.
Man.
Just remember, fuck Perry.
Oh, man.
Now you see why Doofenshmirtz could stand his ass.
I see now.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know
Please
which
do.
one was probably the worst for you in the comment section down below, man. But as always, y'all know how it go. I do go with the name DJ Kid. This is. We are. We out.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please